Most religions in the world, they pray for food and shelter. And I felt, well, being in the food business is a good thing, a great thing, and worth dedicating to. And that's what helped me going upwards in the company, because it was a very successful company. And that's one of the reasons that kept me in there. Because usually my philosophy is, if you don't like a job, change it. Michael Hamady, Kay Hamady, who was the second in age, and Robert Hamady and myself, for 38 years, we were the executives that handled the company. Mr. Michael Hamady being the big man and the owner, and Robert Hamady and myself. Mr. Michael Hamady saw in his wisdom that he'd divide the stores with half for Robert and half me for supervision. And he, of course, was in the office. So we had plans. It could have been countrywide, but it was Michigan-wide in our hearts.
Yes.
That I'd be with him, and we'd carry on this company that was a good company that had the. It was formed like this. Flint, Michigan, is a town where people work hard. They work hard for their money. And thank God for the wisdom of Mr. Michael Hamady, and us too, because we were managing the company. We wanted to give the people in Flint the greatest amount of good food for the least amount of money. And it worked, because that's God's will. And so we were very happy in the company, even though we worked really by much greater hours of actual work. We loved it because we felt we were doing something good. The people that went in the sit-down strike, we aren't God to trust whether it was right or not. But they were our customers, and we sent trucks of food to the plants. We felt, that didn't mean that we felt they were 100% right, but they were our people. We gave them food. We benefited by it, and they benefited by it, and we didn't want to forget them. I don't meet a person that we work together. They come up and say, you remember me? I used to work for you. I said, no, you didn't work for me. You worked in the company where you and I worked together for a cause bigger than we are. And I'm having a lot of fun meeting and seeing people who we work together. And that hardly a week that I goes out in the public but when somebody comes up, I used to work for you. No, we used to work together. God is something, is a spirit. It could be a lady spirit. So what's the difference? God is a spirit that is in our heart. I believe in God, and I have faith. And thank God we do, because a lot of things happen in the world. You wonder why. You wonder why wars come. You wonder why discrimination. And she was trying to learn the children's names so she could call them by their first name. Well, when I got through with my paper, and I was good in math because I was far more in intellect than they were, who signed their name Amen? Well, my mistake there was spelling my name in Arabic. Alif, Mim, Ye, Nun. Those are the four words, and you pronounce each one, Amin. But see, Amen is A-M-E-N. Well, I thought I was pronouncing them exactly that way. So that day I felt so bad because the class laughed. Amen. So I went home and I told my parents, I'd love to change my name. I'm going to change my name to the most common word in this country at the present time, and that was sports, Jack Dempsey. So I said, from now on, I'm Jack A. Hamady. And that's how I did, and that's how I got in my regular paper for citizenship. I'll tell you what, when I came to this country, my goal was working hard. I didn't fool around or do anything. I worked hard in the company to try to get ahead, naturally. And I had the longest vacation I had from the time I came in this country to the time I went abroad to visit people, my relatives. 3 days was the longest vacation that I had during all that time. But I have a lot of faith in this community. I've lived here since 1920, and I loved every minute of it. And I've been to other places. I've been to foreign countries and so on. But look, there's no better place in the world than the United States. Sure, it's not perfect. Sure, it makes mistakes. But thank God for our Constitution, and thank God for good people here that are continuing to do the best that they can. And I believe God is helping us. And in our faith, the first word is truth. Be truthful. And if you sin, thank God for forgiveness. And God told us there is no perfect person on earth. I love Flint.